strength at address, height in the backswing, turn your body and club through together. There's like three primary thoughts.
A lot has to do with tempo.
Just committing to the shot.
I'm a big feel guy.
Turn your body and club through together.
Rory McIlroy, just 5'10" and arguably the longest driver on the PGA Tour. He averages 321 yards with a driver. And to me, this golf swing is elegant, it's dynamic, it's powerful, it's full of grace, and it is loaded with power. Arguably, in my opinion, the best golf swing on the PGA Tour.
Please welcome Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, he's number one in strokes gained off the tee. To hit it that far and that straight, my goodness.
At address, Rory, different to most, creates space. Ordinarily with a PGA Tour golfer, you'd see the arms sort of hang down, more over the toes there, but Rory allows the arms to hang out, creating a whole lot of space between him and the golf club. Now I want you to consider that space, because that area he's creating right over there is something he's going to parlay for power. He's going to give his legs room to move into that area and not jam the golf club too much. Now, as he starts away, Rory is very disciplined about the start, because he believes that that first move away, where the club head stays outside of the hands, allows him to set up this dynamic, powerful kinematic sequence. As you watch him over there, the arms are swung away, the club's outside of his hands, but minimal lower body movement. It's more on a stable base. But as he continues now into the top of the backswing, you'll see the arms swing across the chest. You'll watch a massive turn of the upper body. You'll watch the lower body support the action there, and look at how there's that wind up there. Big wind in the chest. Indeed, look at this. You can see the crinkles across the shirt there, as there's that torque, that resistance created between the upper body and the lower body. Unlike most at the top, Rory quite neutral here in the glove hand, and that club face matching the lead forearm, which is just ideal. Now I want you to watch the knees. This is the magic. This is the move, in my opinion. As Rory transitions down to about halfway down, you see how those knees look like they've gone almost plugging into the ground. So as he's driving down, his middle is unwinding, yet look at the differential once again between where the middle is pointing and where his chest is looking toward. That right elbow pinned to the side, he is just primed here to really push off the ground and unload into space. So watch those knees that are now bent, that squat move. As he continues down to the golf ball, see the knees straighten, pull back. He's now pushing up off the ground. And that guy that was in squat, looking like he was going to do a box jump, well, there's an explosion upward. And look at how there's an explosion outward, as he's created that space that he gave himself at address. So he allowed the knees to work in there, then pushed off that. If you watch the right foot, it even gives way and slides a little bit as he just free wheels to the follow through. There is no holding back. This is just a full, unadulterated release of power all the way into the follow through. So as he continues through, right foot gives way, body unwinds, club wraps around him. It is just graceful, it's powerful, it's uninterrupted, and every ball is hit with complete authority. Now, something to bear in mind at address. Ordinarily, you'll see guys have the ball a little bit more forward in the stance with the driver. Rory, not as much, but he creates a condition at contact that allows him still to hit on the up. If you look at these hands here, this is beautiful to me. Always make sure you can read the glove logo at address. Rory's got that lead hand cranked over the club, and then that trail hand, the hand that sort of matches up to the club face. You see that V that's formed by thumb and forefinger? Look how that looks sort of up to the ear. So it's a stronger lead hand and a slightly weaker trail hand. And to me, they just work in beautiful unison. Now watch the little move. You'll see Rory early just pump a little and put a little pressure into that right leg. So as he starts away, club moves, you see a little movement right, and then he just stabilizes. Now up to there, remember that start? Look at this width he is creating from his shoulder, through his arms, all the way down to the club head. The wider you can make the club head's journey, the more you're going to create power. Now as he takes it back a little farther, almost to left arm parallel, look at that, how he's winding up against the lower body. Look at all the torque here in this knee. Look at how, even though the ball is not all the way up over the lead foot, how he is well behind that thing. He is halfway back with the arms and the shoulders already turned to 90 degrees. This is so dynamic, it's just impressive to watch. As he continues to the top now, look at that turn. That is just insanity. Those shoulders are turned well beyond 90 degrees, and look at their relationship to the hips. He's gone so far with that rotation that the arm swing hasn't collapsed, but the arms that are in front of the chest are in behind his head. That is just purely a function of this massive, torqued pivot that Rory creates. All the pressure is down into this trail leg now, and you see he is well behind the golf ball. Now, I'm going to take those out there and I'm going to show you where the golf ball is. And now watch how, as he unwinds, the low body will bump and move just a little bit in transition. So as he starts down, watch the lower body go. But you see how the upper body stays behind the golf ball. And right now, the lower body, you can see it's unwound. The belt buckle's pointing here, the chest is pointing there. But very importantly, you see how the elbows look like they're back in front of their shoulders. This is Rory at full flight. This one was going to get the treatment. So to contact, watch the forward knee. It's going to post up. Look at the strike over there. Head still behind the ball, arms at full extension. That golf club is freewheeling through the golf ball, and that golf ball is leaving, at some ridiculous speeds, upwards of 185 miles an hour. Very quiet in the feet, and as he continues midway into the follow-through, see the big release of the arms, the extended arms. Notice how the head and the spine are still back. But as he gets into the follow-through, as is his trademark, every swing, whether it's 120 mile an hour or less, he swings into a balanced follow-through. It's the period on the end of the sentence. It's that full stop, that exclamation point, as if to say, I've made my dynamic, powerful move, but I'm in control the entire time. Never will you see this powerful golf swing go out of control. Even if the ball's on line, Rory will stick the finish. The swing with the driver is powerful. The swing with the iron is consistent too. Remember, Rory on the PGA Tour is well up there in strokes gained tee through green. Now remember all the movements, the big shift of the body. You see with the irons, Rory does not make that full pivot. The arms stay in front. There's a beautiful extension and release of the right arm through the golf ball. And once again, there is the balanced finish.
It's that soft-armed wedge that he's been working on.
Yeah, that was a beautiful follow-through. How about this? Rory McIlroy on fire.
Rory McIlroy.
It's from 178, just hoisted way up in the air.
That was just beautiful.
At address, McIlroy, the grip standard, you can see he's just preset the weight, even with the iron, just a little bit in behind the ball, just marginally, because you're going to see the weight move right, but quickly move left as this iron swing is a little shorter. So as he starts it back, there's just a free move of the arms away from the golf ball. Not too much shift right, but you can see how there's downward pressure already working onto that forward leg. All the way to the top now, you'll see Rory really look like he's covering the golf ball. Still a full wind-up of the chest, but see the arms out to the right-hand side now. And the body is right over the top of the golf ball, so there's no real need for any big side-to-side going on. From the top, you'll see the lower body just initiate the little bump that sets the arms in motion, the eyes trained behind the golf ball. Now right there, see that right elbow loaded up? Pay attention to that right elbow, how it's going to go from bent to straight right through impact. It's almost like he's putting an uppercut, a punch into the golf ball.
Look at this shot. Any questions?
Beautiful there, quiet feet, eyes behind the golf ball, arms right back in front of the body, almost like he's returning to where he began. And from there, it's just free flowing as he follows the movement and the momentum of the golf club into that perfect, balanced, Hogan-esque finish. At full flat, Rory likes to draw the golf ball. When he's at his very best, he hits a fade. This tee shot here is him hitting a little lower flight draw shot, something he's built into the repertoire. So the ball is just back in the stance a bit. You'll watch the pressure of the body stay more right over the lead foot as he winds up. So as we take him to the back, it's all pretty standard. Disciplined in the start. See how the pressure is moving downward and forward already there into that forward leg. So I'm going to allow him to move to the top, and you'll see the arms to the side. You'll see a fuller body turn always. But now here's the key move. As he transitions down, you can see the hips already into leading the action. The chest, the arms follow. Now watch the arms through the ball. There's the strike. Now watch this trail arm, the right arm. It's going to rotate over the lead arm, the left arm, through the ball and beyond. So midway into the follow through, you see the chest is turning, but watch how that right forearm is turned over the left. See how it's shut the club face down a little bit more there into the follow through. That's Rory hitting an off-speed, lower flighted draw. And it's something for you to look for in your own game as we take him to the follow through. You should see a difference in the follow through if you're hitting different shots. Notice that follow through more rounded with the arms, more rolled over with the arms, body's rotated around a little bit more. So if you're trying to draw it, you should see a different follow through certainly to what you do with a fade. And if you remember the previous swing from Rory, there was a higher, more free-flowing follow through. This was lower. This was drawing. This was Rory creating and making shots.
Rory McIlroy.
He's trying to hit a little fade off those bunkers down the left-hand side.
Ooh-wee, 184 ball speed. That's elite.
333 in the air.
Must be nice.
8 iron in his hand.
Oh, yes. And it's coming back.
That's how you do it.
He's going to get the full Rory serenade. His final 100 yards.